Alright, welcome back to the 2017 Golden Gate Bonspiel. This is draw 16, it's a semifinal game. We have one game left after this one. Today on sheet 3 we have back-end collision, stones. Both Building Club teams, we're all good friends, so it should be a good friendly game with a little bit of edge to it. Before we get started, we just thank all of our volunteers that make this Bonspiel happen. The ICE crew, the live stream team, and of course the Bonspiel committee. And we also want to hear sponsorship. We've been enjoying Warm Room all weekends, and looking forward to doing that later on today. I don't believe we have a commentator scheduled for this match, so you'll just have to enjoy the audio from the ice. So to this, and we'll get underway.
Good morning, curling fans, and welcome to the Golden Gate. This is Draw 16, the semifinals here on Sunday afternoon. In the booth here we have with my good friend Rich.
Good morning.
And on today's feature sheet we have Back in Collision versus Game of Stones. So hopefully we'll get some good curling out of here and sit back and enjoy the action.
So, of course, we have made up of a combination of San Francisco curlers and wine country, whereas Game of Stones is a complete San Francisco Bay Area team.
And sitting in the hack right now we have Michelle from Game of Stones. delivering the first rock of the game, and we're our
Second
rock
rock
of the game, and here we go. Don't listen to me.
Game of Stones with Hammer in this first end of the game. Hammer, of course, meaning they get to throw the last rock of the end.
Looks like the ice is a little better than this morning. We had some speed problems, but it looks like the ice crew did another fantastic job of getting that all figured out. Nice biter there.
That does look like a biter. Back in collision, calling for a raise on that yellow rock. Push it in further into the rings.
Alan Fraley with a nice shot there. Man. I think it's a curl here at the end. I just missed it.
It's covered. Nice.
Bad plan B.
Tony calling for the freeze.
And stepping into the booth here is the incomparable Jim Mahler. Everyone, let's have a hand for Jim.
Is anyone here? Hi guys.
And not a single person's watching.
Alrighty then.
We are in the 16th draw of the Golden Gate Bonspiel.
And back in collision, it should be named No Hack in the Crack from the incomparable Joe Smith in the hack. We'll have to make sure and yell at him so that we keep this PG rated here. Nice hit there. Swooping it hard. And we have another special guest here, Olivia.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Game is still coming in here. And everything's
Flashing
interesting.
through.
A little bit of flashing all the
Jones, nice little run back there.
Mid-card, overcurled on him just a bit. Not quite happy with that one, but I'll take it.
Hey, Tony, so when you're watching this game later, just remember that you are awesome. Thanks.
And we all love you.
We love you, Tony. Back in. Another one that overcurled on him just a bit. Does leave some options there for Game of Stones. Let's see what Tony wants to do here.
Looks like he's calling for the draw.
Looks like Tony's sixth rock is on the way. They're wide close. Right.
House.
But
Hey,
look back not quite all the way out. Be happy with that. It is open. So, Darren calls for that. Now, those of you at home who might be rewatching this game later, because no one's watching now, Allen really is not a short man, but Aaron is quite tall and kind of makes him small. The wingspan. So next year when you come out, look for Aaron to buy your raffle tickets. Oh. There are people watching at home, but no one's commenting.
And for those of you watching, we do apologize for the comment. We're getting a little delay on our refresh of our streaming page here. But we do want to thank you for tuning in and paying attention, because this actually does make us feel rather important. And Aaron comes out here.
Rock's looking pretty good. It's a solid draw weight. Gotta get the curl a touch. Oh, is it light? Go. Curl's just under. Nice rock by Aaron.
Nice little rollback, partial cover.
Game of Stones looks like they want to just come in and sit right on top of that, making it real tough for them.
Of course, a great outcome here for Game of Stones would just be to hold back end
Big
collision
shout out to
one.
Chris. Chris is watching on the live stream. We miss you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Tony's all set for his first delivery. Seems to be up a touch. Might get a little roll off this, and that wouldn't be too bad for them. We'll sit right on that yellow. That's not bad at all.
That's a pretty good shot.
Please back in collision with a little 100 here. Do you follow him in? Get him out? No.
What would you do, Jim?
Well, no one for back end. They don't have hammer in this end, so really, the best bet for them would be to draw to the top of the 4th or even the mid 8 to prevent Tony from being able to get first and second.
Just have to watch coming in there. There's a lot.
Quite a bit. This ice that made this year was really keen and has a lot of curl from that line. Getting in the hack, they've made their decision. It looks like they're calling line for a draw, but with the amount of swing they've been seeing, they might actually be trying to tap. No, that seems to be moving. Back to the house.
I
think now they have to play for the tap and roll.
Well, I should slow up there. No.
Little tap back.
So that puts Tony in a tough spot there. Can easily hit and stick or even draw for one. With hammer, it would be a shame if he couldn't get that yellow rock out. I just don't know how he's going to get it past those blue ones.
Swing through the house is a little too much for a side angle hit.
I think they may have to take the force for one and just go on with it and hope they can steal one later.
Mm-hmm. Also have to be very careful. That middle line is over curling resistant.
Tony's going up, wait.
Hammer's on its way. Let's see what happens here.
Not too up. Looks like it might slow up to T. The ice has been a little deceiving today, where it looks like it's coming out real fast down at the end. And blue stuck for good force by backing collision. And a nice profit. Watch the curling, and you really like both teams that are on the ice.
It's hard to root against friends sometimes.
Yep.
Those of you at home, it is 1-0 Game of Stones. You can be following scores at the website bonspieler.com. That's BONSPIELER.com, where you can see scores for all 5 sheets.
Thank you, Richmond.
Have any shout out requests? You can send them in the comments.
First stone looks like about a 3-yard. Oh, that one bit.
That's biting.
Oh, that one had a nice finish.
Like Aaron's calling for a halfway takeout right off the bat.
The hit game does suit this team.
Bloopers right away.
Well, with that tendency to overcurl, you see some need to keep the stones straight, and that one just flashes right on. So,
Looked like it came out a bit wide.
it's real tough on the ice. It runs straight along the edges, and you get the curl from the hog line in. So you might have something that's on line the whole length of the sheet, and then suddenly, just at the end, it's going to curl, or even in some cases fall just a little bit.
As we found out the hard way.
Yeah, for almost every hit we threw.
Exactly.
On sheet 3 here, the ice is pretty keen on both sides, but throughout the weekend it's changed a little bit. While we do have some fantastic ice makers and ice crew here this weekend, it's still an arena to control.
Rock at the top of the house.
Yeah. Chris just pointed out that I might have been standing too far from the microphone.
Hard to believe because Jim, you can hear from the bar when he's on the ice. Mr. Fraley with the second rock here.
Rock has a nice weight to it. It should curl up just any second now. There it starts to move. And right to the button. Nice shot. For anyone on the Bonspiel there, or wanting to know some of the other scores we've got in. On sheet 1, we've got Red Bone versus Ice Mafia, formerly known as the Kiddos. Bones up 2 after the first. Tri-Coastal Rocks took 2 in the first from Don Pilar on sheet 2. Sheet 4, we've got this versus Canadian on the Rocks, and Altus is up 2. And then on sheet 5, we've got Drinking versus Jumbo's Clowns, and Drinking for 2 took 1 in the first.
Joe Smith.
And again, it's practice shooting. Well, we will politely remind him to tuck his shirt in sometime during the early break. For those of you in the Mopac region who are chanting Joe Smith into your computer screens, we all applaud.
Yep, Chris Titter just pointed out in the chat saying that this is the first time.
Indeed.
Looking at you, Dave. And Dave's dancing right in front of us. You don't need to see it to believe it.
Eagle Eye viewer, Mr. Cicero, is hanging over in the right-hand corner, right on the midline of the feature sheet. And if you pay close enough attention, you will see him dance at us. I believe he is hoping that we will stick some money through the speaker hole here in the timekeeping booth.
Little does he know, we're not paid.
So that takeout attempt hung out there on the side. Flash house.
Joe Smith set for his second shot. I think they're back out to the draw line. This holds. They also might be looking at a slight tap. Coming out of the hack, Joe's going nice and smooth. So we're looking at a guard, we think. Something to keep those yellows under cover. After all, Olivia has left the booth.
Looks like that one was just a touch heavy and over curl. Yeah, it does leave a couple of options there. The run back is there, although they not quite a good angle to get a double out.
It's the inside of that rock on the left.
Haven't thrown a lot of out turn handle.
Well, it looks like Tony is not really sure what he's seeing, as our angle is 15 feet above the ice and 20 feet behind the house.
So it looks like they're coming in with the inroad.
The run is off the yellow. And it's just hanging out a touch. They're going to get one. Good solid shot. It should be sitting near the 4 foot.
They are just maybe biting the 4 foot. Yellow is still shot, but they still have a play, but it just a little bit difficult.
Not quite corner frozen, a little more lateral there. Yeah.
Aaron's looking like he's back up to the draw or guard game. At this point, sitting one with some cover is probably a pretty safe bet. The amount of swing, though, he might want to consider looking at that other side as a possibility for Tony and team to draw under. This rock is light and paused.
Tony calling for a takeout to break it open. Looks like a little discussion here among the team about what line to call.
It looks a little wide. I don't think they're going to get as much swing back as they want. Sweeper's doing a good job to get it over as far as they can.
But that overcurled a little bit,
Actually, I was say it undercurled a bit.
depending on which one. Burgart's thing too. Yellows.
Doesn't deep yard. So keep on here right as it crosses that Indian head. Does slow up a little bit.
And yes, Aaron calling for some sweeping. Keep it on that line.
A little log jam. You got a nice roll under. Not quite under cover, but it does prevent a unintentional double. Yes, Chris, having someone of the opposite sex of the booth does help. But you know what? We're having too much of a good time. We love you, Chris.
Love you, Chris. And Tony comes down for his first rock of the end.
They're calling real tight to that end of that corner one hanging out.
Which makes me think he's going to come out with a lot of weight here.
Might be trying to shoot that pocket.
I don't see an easy way for him to get 3, but at least 2 of those could probably get kicked out if he hits it right.
He's going to come right into that pocket, and he's going to hit that crash on the first one pretty much. But he got the one, he got a bad hit, but he did open it. He's Burkhart with an interesting choice in where he wants to throw that guard. Don't think he can keep both of them. He's going to.
It seems to me that if he puts a guard part of in between or covering the inside one, then forces Tony's takeout to roll out of the house when he hits.
Yeah, they're Burkhart's trying to defend for one. Look at Tony and have a perfect shot.
And hearts and smiles. Back to you, Chris.
Jim got tired of standing, went and fetched a chair. Jim is a very smart man every once in a while.
As long as I don't say so myself.
Which you just did.
Okay.
So, back end is throwing a guard. Looks like it's staying pretty straight out there.
Now a little high. What's her? But she's only been one other time this game. He does have a shot at it. However, he would not get the back. And 2/3 of the booth crew decided to pull.
You know, sometimes it takes a skip a while to decide a shot, and I don't want to do the thinking and talking for Tony.
You do the thing you talking for.
Yeah, that's me. Hi, Jen. We miss you. Wish you were here. There's still time to make it for the finals.
Looks like options here.
Is kind of in a pickle here. They don't want to give up, and they don't want to something percentage of opportunity for back into maybe sneaking in and going undercover, or even just throw another guard and make the hit.
Possibly. Get around that guard. Maybe pick up both.
Looks like he's throwing the out tool. It's cruising.
There it goes.
He's on one. If it overcurls, he's in real trouble. That's going to be a great shot,
gonna be
though.
a great
That's a
shot.
It may
wonderful
roll
shot.
a bit too far. Oh, and that's the trouble. That handle. So this is a great chance for back end to pick up a second rock in the house here.
Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
So
Backhand has hammer.
Back end is hammer, and this will be their hammer shot. So all they're looking to do is touch some blue paint and hopefully get that 2. You got to take a line that doesn't create any opportunities for Game of Stones to accidentally get bumped in. Well, near or far, Jen, you can fangirl all of these curlers because most of them are local. We get to see a lot of these wonderful people on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and sometimes Tuesdays. Welcome to our live feed. Always under construction. And I'll pause while Aaron's shot is away.
And
See
Sweeper's
what's happening here.
on it right away.
Keeper's on it. It's got a curl, but I think there's not going to be a problem. My concern would be if it's too light and over curls outside of the forefoot. Or comes up short. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. Same problem we saw earlier in this. That Indian hit there is a bit crossy. It was just killing it.
That's 1 yellow for back end collision.
Yep. It's all tied up on sheet 3. The
First here.
We're still waiting for scores from the other sheets.
Yep, still waiting on scores for N2 from the other sheets. We're gonna hopefully get those updated soon. Not sure who's on the Bonspieler today. It's run off of a separate iPad from a bird's eye view up in the bar. Sometimes beverages take precedent.
Between ends, we will give a shout out to our live stream team, Tony Del Porto and Jim Aller, for setting this stuff up.
Well, it's mostly Tony, let's be honest. He does a lot that no one sees, but many people can now hear live. We also have some great folks in the booth throughout the weekend. Not too many live broadcasts this time, but we're working on it. Also, big shout out to the ice crew. There are too many to name in one quick moment, but led by Jamie, the wonderful ice master from up north, and Sean, Jim, John Tryon, Jeremy, Diane, the little thing for a minute, and I'll get to see the names again. Brett Halpenny. I saw Barry Ivy out there for a little bit.
I was out there.
Nick was helping. It
is a
takes
team
a
effort.
village to absolutely put this ice together, and yeah, it's fantastic.
Friday morning, we scraped off about 100 pounds. it was level and fairly consistent for everyone coming in on the first draw of the morning at 7:15. We're here till about 4 o'clock. And they went home, had a nap, came back out, and we were right back at it.
Some of them even curled.
Indeed, we did.
Whenever you're playing in a hockey arena with this type of ice, it's always wonderful to have such a dedicated and skilled ice crew.
Oh, we're up to 8 folks watching now. Thanks for joining us on the live feed for the semifinals. This is draw 16 of the Golden Gate Bonspiel in beautiful sunny Fremont, California. We're in the third end of back end collision versus Game of Stones.
After this, that's some updates.
Looks like back end just got one. Just got a couple guards up there. You'll notice that our commercial break took about as much time as the standard on TSN, so you missed the first 2 stones, but we're just in time for that third one.
So a quick score update on sheet 1. Ice Mafia put up home 3-2. On sheet 2, Don Pilar had a nice strong end to come back. They put up 3. They are also up 3-2 against Fox.
The second stone for Game of Stones is on the way. Looks like we might just sneak through that port and draw down to the 8-foot. Oh, it's going all the way to the tee.
Going all the way. Might freeze back to
look
that.
at that.
Beautiful little freeze play.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
it's
that
a
was the
great
call,
shot.
but if it was, that was the shot to make it with.
Indeed it was. All right, one more update here. We got on sheet 5, Jumbo's Clowns put up drinking for 2. It's really curling for 2, drinking for 3. We'll get the name sorted out eventually, and they are all tied at 1 in the third end.
And it looks like on sheet 4, Canadian Club on the Rocks has a bit of a comeback with 3 points in the second end to lead against Team Altus. Again, you can follow these scores at home at bonspieler.com.
Backend's rock is it's hanging out pretty wide. You might see a ton of curl here. It's just gonna clip that guard. Yep, just a nudge down to a biter. Not a bad rock. That gives them something to hide under on the outside if they'd like. But I think they really wanted to get around that. The need isn't there yet. It's a very tied game.
It does set up a nice split house.
It sure does. Anytime you can get cover on the wings, it's a good thing, especially if you're trying to hammer. Scott from Game of Stones, his first stone is away. Running that same line that back end's stone just ran, and we might see a little raise action here. Although it comes hard at the end, and it's gonna just sneak through. Or not.
Get it about a quarter off the nose for a raise.
It's real hard. Oh, you know it's time for business when Joe Smith takes off the jacket.
And as promised, we got him to tuck his shirt in.
Shots away.
The other side of the sheets.
I think they'd be safe if they accidentally bump in, but that's got plenty of ice to get around there as long as it's got the weight to do so.
Now, we haven't seen a lot of curl on this wings of this sheet, but it does come back down.
That one's going to come right down. It looks like it's, just about 2 or 3 inches out of the 4-foot, and believe that shot they just threw is now the shot rock. Tony doesn't seem too pleased with that rock, so I think it might disappear in a moment.
And Scott goes out with his second rock.
Nice takeout weight. Not getting a lot of curl.
Little down.
About
Their
back
plan
line
B
work.
might be
This
draw, but it is banged in.
the plan B shot at this point. Uh-oh.
Had the weight to freeze, just couldn't get in there. And we have the new update from Sheet 4. Sheet 4, Canadian Club on the Rocks versus TC Altus. Canadian Club took 3 in that second end to go up 3-2. So lots of 2s in the first, lots of 3s in the second. We'll see what happens here in the third. Alright, so we're all set here for Monica's first shot. Tony looks like he really wants to get rid of that yellow rock. And he's calling Hackway. Let's see if this one curls. That last one hung like a jacket.
They're going to have to hit that rock on one of the corners. So they avoid that jam.
Yep. If they hit it inside, they might wick just a piece of that outside yellow one on the 12-foot, and then they'd be sitting 2-3. If they hit it anything too short or too out, then it might just jam, and we're looking at a very out rock.
Down line. Called in about 4 inches of ice.
Yeah, it's real tough. With the way it was swinging earlier, Tony's expecting that rock to come over about 6 more inches, and it's just not cooperating.
Okay, let's take him away.
Make a lot more. Let's give it. Joe Smith's away. Oh, not Joe Smith.
I'm sorry, that is not Joe Smith.
Well, I take that.
The jacket color confused me on the camera. Either way, the stone's coming in. Looks like they might tap their own back or roll off. And that's what they do.
That was the shot that gave him stones.
That was. Now, there doesn't appear on the between that yellow rock and the blue rock in the back of the house there, but I think there's enough that if they hit that yellow rock on the top of the 4-foot, about control weight, they could get both of those yellows out without disturbing either of the blue stones.
Well, after studying the rocks, it looked like Tony is calling for the draw instead.
Smart move. Tony needs to get something in the house to prevent them from getting a steal in this end.
slightly.
Should
Hopefully-
have. Oh, nice
Takes
little
the
tick
yellow.
and roll. Don't. Oh
Get it.
no. Gonna sit as.
Might be
Ooh,
biting.
it might be shot. We cannot see from this thing. It's a tough call, but that was a great rock.
It
Beautiful.
is darn close. I'm gonna go that one shot of mine. The unfortunate ending here.
Excellent.
Judging by the discussion, I believe you might be right.
All right. Aaron's lined up. He's called his shot. The ice tells me he wants to follow that in. Let's see what happens.
That's the right call.
Based off of what Tony's was doing, it will come close. They may also get a little tick off of their rock, just like Tony did, and that would probably put them right where they want to be. It'll all be on the weight, and the weight is really sensitive on this ice. A little bit up, and it's going to run straight. A little bit down, and it curls a ton. This one's got some nice weight. If it gets around that blue guard, they're in great shape. Uh-oh.
And there you go.
It might just a tick. Okay. You know, that's not a bad plan B. Not having hammer in the set. Back end just needs to make sure that there's no way that Tony can get 2 out of this. He'll keep the game within range. Tony and Monica discussing the shot. Looks like they're taking about the same amount of ice.
A couple inches more.
Couple inches
back
more.
end.
They just really want to get around that rock and just settle and get down somewhere near the blue rings. There's enough cover that they should. This will be the shot in the end. Just asked in the chat, for anyone not in the chat, if there's any dedicated ice facilities that have dedicated streaming. There are a few. Normally they need someone to man or person the booth, I should say. Oh, that rocket's curling right in there. Real hard. Oh. Came up, but yeah, just a little bit short. Not a bad spot, though, with Tony having another shot to take still. Back to the ice facilities. Yeah, there are a few that have dedicated streaming and dedicated ice. The wonderful club in Arizona has a beautiful ice, beautiful club, wonderful people, and a fairly nice camera system that keeps the action live when they're able to put someone in the booth to broadcast. Club in Seattle, Granite, has a great broadcast system, also a wonderful club. We go there every year for our MOPAC 5 and under. But they don't often have someone on commentary. They will just turn the cameras on live so you can watch the action as it's coming. Then a lot of the dedicated clubs have a featured sheet or two that they can broadcast. It's just a lot to have curlers on the ice with people to help facilitate the broadcast. We, however, are currently still funding space to build our own facility, and should we have the ability to build our own dedicated, we'll have a sheet and hopefully some live broadcasters that are willing to do the job. Don't believe in Plan B, so Plan A is donate at our club website, BayAreaCurling.com. It's just like it sounds. You can also donate at the top of Bonspieler.com and to your local Bay Area Curling Club board member. We're getting closer every year.
Looks like Aaron put up his rock to try to stop the Rays by using stones.
And it's a solid guard there. The run back would be a little bit tough. If he goes straight, he may not get what he needs. Tony and Monica discussing their options.
Bring updates. Don Pilar put up one. Drinking for two. Also put up one. They are up on part of the fourth inning.
Alright, well, they're really thinking this one over. Well, you can't win or lose a game in the third end. You can certainly put yourself in a bit of trouble. Looks like they're going to try the angle raise on the yellow to the back about that foot that it's shy. We'll find out if Tony can get that rock to do what he wants or if the ice is going to win another one. It's away. Rock is coming. It's got a lot of weight. Looking up, it's a little wide. They might be going for an in-off here, and it doesn't look like it's going to cooperate. They're just going to back. Nobody's going to get to this end either, so it was Stone.
To give a shout out to the Bonspiel. Dave, Diane, Jeremy, Mary, Melissa, Richard, Brent, Maureen, and David. Thank you for all the work that you guys have put in for this Bonspiel and making it a great success.
Yep, it takes a lot of people to put this Bonspiel together, and I know they've been working for about 4 months to really tie everything together, get everything needed coordinated, bring in the ice makers that have done a wonderful job, get even, as simple as getting scoreboards made and readied and making sure that people bring raffle baskets, people sign up for volunteer shifts. It takes a lot of people to make that work, and our Bonspiel committee does an outstanding job every year, which is why we see the teams fill up instantaneously. It is such a fun event to come see, and we couldn't do it without them. So many of them are new to the Bonspiel committee this year, and I got to thank them for putting on quite an event. Very impressed.
And a couple more score updates coming in. On sheet 1, Ice Mafia, formerly known as the Kiddos, put up another point. 4-2. Altus put up 2 in the third end to have a score of 4-3 over Canadian Club on the Rocks after 3 ends.
So drew right down and is sitting just above the house, and it looks like back end collision is going to draw right down and sit as a solid corner guard.
Two very classic opening shots.
Tony's attempting to button here. Solid setup for a steal. Get one guard and one on the center line behind it. Gives you some nice lines to hopefully sneak out of the end with one. But knowing Aaron, he's not gonna. Here comes that rock from Game of Stones. It is starting to curl finally.
Out there, and it is a little slow. Supers may have to get on this one just a little bit more than they wanted to.
Looks like they're going to end up with a nice tight two base, which is absolutely a good setup to start with. Aaron Major, he's going to try to draw right behind those. So Tony's guards might be Aaron's treasure.
Oh, this is for the fact that running out of all things tends to run very straight.
And where it ends up, Tony can probably follow him in. A nice.
Looks like he's coming in right on the edge of the eight.
Going to curl a ton. This might be a raise opportunity, which is not great for back end, but Tony will take it right down to the biting the 12 foot. Now Tony's got kind of an interesting offset where he's got a guard and he's got a biter behind a yellow guard. Just curious out there for all of you listening, where are you all from? Is anyone from further than California? Do we have any folks watching from across the country? Are we all local? Are we all club members? If not, have you paid your dues? You should pay your dues. It helps us do all the fun things you hear and see today.
That reminder, Jim, I'll be sure to pay my dues when I get home tonight.
After all, the new membership season does start in the middle of the summer because good curling ends after this spiel.
Aaron calling for some takeout weight here.
I'm not sure I agree with this guy.
Well, it's okay, you're not on the ice. We got some raucous fans in the stands here. They're quite excited with how the Ice Mafia team is doing in this Bonspiel, and we can't say anything else. It's been great to see the kiddos last few years just get better and better, and here they are playing in the semifinal event. Looking at the C semifinal, and heck, I hope they win it. Again, able to get that stone, the Game of Stones guard out from the center, and it looks like Tony's trying to put that one right back up. It's coming up real nice. Should draw down to center line and just cover over it. Hey, that's a pretty good rock right there.
Oh, that is in a great position. Aaron again calling for the takeout of that guard. He's hoping to keep that center just Awesome.
Rocks away. It's got tons of weight. Goes run back. Oh, but not able to clear all of it. So we're still sitting with the same dilemma. Center guard, although it's yellow now, and a blue stone on the button.
He was stone sitting too. That was a tough break for.
Yep. You know, Titter, you asked us to consult the analytics team for last year. I think I've just voted you onto the committee of analytics because you've got more numbers than I know what to do with. Chris wants to point out that the Kiddos, or Ice Mafia, are outscoring their opponents in the last two draws 14-2. That's worse than some football scores I've seen lately. So, Kiddo's really taking it to the opponents. They put together some solid team efforts, and they're actually working together with a dynamic that could bring them some hardware today. Also, hi, Zevi.
Some Ice Mafia fans watching the stream. We'll keep you updated with their scores as they're.
The shot called by Aaron is pretty upweight out mentality. Looks like they're going to pop that blue one out. And still got some guards in the way, but they've definitely cleared out some of those rocks that were causing some trouble. Tony's looks like he's pretty happy just freezing down at the button. They know the line, and they seem to like it.
Well, that shot cleared away that binder for 3, and I think Tony's looking to put it right back up.
They've got freeze weight. Touch up.
Needs to curl to get through that window, and there it goes.
Oops.
There we go. That's a great little shot by Monica. We got a touch of a tap back, but those rocks are in a good spot to stick around, even if they're hit at high weight. Now Aaron's going to take this problem head on and try to get some of that granite off the forefoot. Rocks away, the weight's all there. Will it curl? Starting to move. Just clips the guard and through the house. That's a tough break. That line looks pretty solid. 10-1 says Tony's going to put another guard up.
I would not take that. That would just be handing you money.
I'm okay with that too.
And if anybody else is listening, if you'd like me to hand them money, I will gladly exchange it for liquor.
We have an equal exchange here. Some might call it commerce.
Now, let's not get too political here.
Well, there's a business idea for you.
Yeah. Luckily, no. So, grilling's still on. Monica's got the broom there for a guard. It's a lot of ice, but as we saw in the last shot, it comes back a ton once it crosses that hog line. So, as long as he's not heavy, the world should work out in their favor. Gotta go. Sweepers are going to need to get some movement on that, or it's not coming back. Also, it's not coming back.
They can get
That
a slight
stone is
roll off
light.
that guard, but looks a little light for that. which gives Aaron another shot for that takeout.
Yeah, they've got a much more open shot at it this time. And Aaron will be throwing the shot as well. So it's likely we're going to see some things move off that fourth. Now that the morning's over, we're seeing a lot more of the spectator aspect show up here at the rink. The draw finals for the championship are today at 2. So tune back in. Probably most of us will still be here. And exciting curling later. But for now, we're watching some exciting curling on Sheet 3 at the Golden Gate Bonspiel in beautiful Fremont, California. Aaron's shot is away. Plenty of weight. Just got to hit that line. Oh, no.
That's coming.
That's not going to do it.
That is a touch. Oh! Just clears that guard and gets one of them off the button. That was a heck of a shot.
Was.
Yes, it
A quick score update here over on Sheet 5. Drinking for 2 has put up another 2. Those clowns, 4-1.
All right. For anyone worried about Jess from drinking for 2, she's sitting this draw out in favor of, well, just not getting too darn tired, honestly. She put in a heck of a showing this weekend and has a few more weeks until that 2 becomes 3. And so in her place today is Eric Hazard, a notorious friend of the Bay Area Curling Company, and great partner to Edie Hazard, who is currently skipping. All right, Tony's second shot is out. It looks like it's got more weight than that first one and has a much better line.
Sweepers need to get on it.
Got a good
Oh,
weight.
weight
Oh,
looks
no,
there.
it's a little bit frozen. That's a nice shot. Ooh, touch to the tap back. A little bit heavy by Tony, but he's got 3 right there within the 4 foot. Be tough for Aaron to move everything.
Well, he might be better.
And it looks like that's what he's talking about. Yeah, this is Hammer.
There is some distinctive movement right between those. Everything over 60. Really.
Something. Or he gives up 3 to Game of Stones.
I think looks like he's going to draw. He might actually be calling for the tap. That's what it looks like Alan's looking at right now, is the angle that they need on that yellow rock to tap it to the button. So their shot here is going to be a raise. Let's see if they can get the right line to get it there. And confirmation is done. Yeah, that's kind of what they're doing. They're going to angle raise that top of the house yellow guard into the 3. They can use some pretty heavy weight to keep it straight if they need to. They've got, obviously, about 100 pounds of granite almost right there. And that should stop their yellow rock in its tracks. If they're narrow, though, there's a chance that they wick and fit outside for no gain.
And
this rock is away. It is looking pretty good and wide.
Very wide out
Unfortunately,
there.
there is no curl on that side at that weight. Oh, and I gotta tell you, that feeling. Oh,
That happened to us about 3 innings yesterday.
yeah,
They did to
Sure did.
this very team.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
much so.
Game of
Um,
Thrones putting up the force fields.
And that is a steal of
Oh,
3.
Rogers here. Rogers out there taking those, so eventually we can for all this.
And on that note, I think I'll have to.
So that's a steal of 3 for Game of Stones, giving them a lead 1 after.
Just in on sheet 1, Bone was able to sneak out 1 point. They're still trailing Ice Mafia 4-3, and
Looks like Tricross.
Monica, I hope you don't do that with supper at night. Hope you don't do that with supper every night. Overcook it.
all right. Sure did. First rocks away from first got a almost full 12 rock there, so it looks like they're going to be playing for a clean game, hopefully the rest of the way here. More junk they let stay up front than it is that Game of Stones or Back End Collision might be able to get back to them.
First rock looks a little fast.
As it's down out there on the wings, though, this will probably shore up real nice down by the 4 foot, maybe the back of the 8. And we're going to call that hack weight.
4 plus 8 gets you to about halfway. So,
And for everyone watching, the sheet going in this direction is significantly faster than going in the opposite. It has been all weekend long. Random stabilizer hanging there.
Stones away from Game of Stones. Guard.
Sweet baby.
Not all skips will do that for their team.
Only the good ones.
I always like to say that sweet.
Yep, me too.
For those of you paying attention, the 3 of us played on the same team this week. There were quite a few times where I had through one and the skip had to come out sweet. Jim, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Fun fact, the individual throwing the stone right now for Back End Collision, Alan Fraley, is also a part-time math teacher on the side from his real job and curling. So he keeps himself very busy and has a bunch of wonderful students that we wish would follow him into curling.
Bench role as Friday Night Draw Master
Oh, yes.
in the Bay Area Curling Club.
Back of many trades.
The same freaking game.
First rock is away. Looking drawish. It's curling up real hard. Maybe a little guard action
over there.
Yep.
Aaron's got a couple choices. Got that blue.
Sweeping the hack back. Not careful, we're going to create a nice log jam right in front of the house there. Wait. It's a little wide.
For those of us wondering, I was wondering here in the booth until I got the updated roster. So Jonathan Bomberg is the third on Team Back End Collision. Jonathan, we're sorry we didn't know who you were before, but you're know who you are now.
Something trying to get a little bit of
We're going to get, well, at least a nudge.
light. Play a way to get it. There's some guards. Game starts just after next season's happening. Good.
Actually, from an earlier conversation with Aaron this weekend, Jonathan is a recent transplant to the Bay Area.
Oh, wonderful.
So welcome, Jonathan. Thanks for curling with us.
Got a score update on sheet 4 here. Canadian Club on the Rocks puts up 2 in the fourth, take a 5-4 lead over Team Altus.
Alright, looks like we're getting set in the hack here for Monica's shot. We're joined by Nick Hoffman here in the booth. Stopped by to say hi to us poor, cold, sad announcers down here locked in a cage. Sort of like zoo creatures, but we have booze.
And I feel it's an appropriate location for the 3 of us right now.
Comes in and goes through the house.
And it's just a whisper wide. And
Is there trying to generate some offense here?
yeah. It is technically sitting 1. Technically and actually. Cover, it's going to be real hard for Houston. That's Jonathan's rock away. It's curling in real nice. Try that blue one, it's going to be just wonderful, and it's going to come up a bit short and long. That's alright though, we're creating a little bit of a granite wall. First one back there might end up scoring. It's always nice to see when your second year vice has the same hand on the hip pose while you're trying to make your decision. Some would say they're judging Tony. We know better. They judged him long ago. Monica's shot is out there. A fun fact about Monica just recently returned from South Bend, Indiana, where she skipped the bronze-winning women's SFBAC Arena National Team. So congratulations to Monica and all of the lovely ladies that were out there. They did a great job, and we are very proud to have them as part of our club.
Shot was just a bit wide, and again about 6 feet too deep.
Well, I don't. Oh, we had a Cicero on the sheet. That could cause some severe blockage and delays in games.
In collision, there's a rock on the way. This one has a much better line, and it looks like the weight is a lot less, so let me actually ground into mouse. It is curling in. See if they can get it. Like it has a lot of weight.
It'll finish, but deep enough that Tony should be able to freeze to that. To answer your question, Chris, we have no idea what time the bell is. We just sort of showed up and no one was in here, so we started talking.
Which is what all three of us are good at. That is true.
On the second part, we absolutely agree. I don't know where Nick just ran off to, but he is a wonderful individual. The ladies do love him. The girls adore him, especially those that have never seen him. Let's see. Looks like they're still talking it over, trying to get the broom in the right spot.
While they're talking, update from Sheet 4. They posted their fourth end scores in Canadian Club on the Rocks. To lead over Team Altus 5-4 after 4 ends.
Well, you can't see it on the cameras. Just to the right of us, down in the home team box. Up in the rock.
Yeah, we didn't say that we run this like a World Curling Federation tournament. The players and the spectators do sometimes intermingle, even when it's time for him to call a shot.
I would think the term a frat house party on Sunday morning is more appropriate than really curious than that.
Hey, you look closely at the back of that left side of the screen. You can see the skip rocks, the right side to the left.
We just had a talk by Sean Franey, part of the ice prep team, also spared this morning.
And he whispered like a 3-year-old schoolgirl. Absolutely no idea what he just said.
All right, we're gonna take a look back at the sheet we're supposed to be covering.
It's a really nice draw.
Game of Stones got their weight back, and that is a wonderful little draw. There's just enough of curl that probably poked that out, but it's going to be a tight one. Probably just going to try to follow them in.
Aaron shots on the way.
His first rock at the end.
He's trying to follow. That looks just a touch heavy.
Touch heavy. It looks like they're trying to sweep.
He might be trying to wick it. And he's going to go through the wicket. Little up. Gives Tony another shot to maybe create some cover. Tony's made his choice. We'll eventually know what that is.
Probably either, depending on his weight, put up a guard or put something else under cover.
I think he's going to try to freeze.
That would be smart, because if there's something a little separated, it gives Aaron the shot to take it.
It's up short. That's not. And it looks like it's going to tuck up just about top of 12.
Oh, curl right there at the end.
That's a pretty solid guard. It's over curled a touch, but you know what?
I'm giving him that one an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm not going to ignore, or we're going to ignore the Hungarian.
Well, never mind.
And for those of you who got that vague Olympic reference, thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have said West Germany.
I think there's a joke in there about why the Hungarian judge always gives 7.
Why?
Because 7, 8, 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Mahler will be here all day.
Hopefully.
Get someone from the FCC coming in, shutting us down.
So it looks like Aaron's going to try to run back that blue. If you notice the questioning tone in my voice, it's because I don't have any idea.
They gave you a shot placement. Waiting for him to spin out.
Yeah, he came with a bunch of weight, so this is definitely going to hit something. It looks like it's going to curl. I accents. Weird thing.
The tickle.
Game of Stones looks like they're getting 1 out of this. Okay. Another hard spot in. Yeah, that could have been bad. Waiting for scores to get updated as well.
My men's Game of Stones, that is 6-1 over back in collision.
You know me better than ever now. I don't want to play you Monday nights
First
anymore.
down is on its way. That's going to be look to be a solid people. We get a little finish right in the second line. Yeah, right down the middle, right in the middle of the sheet.
That's a very nice center guard.
It is. Like Aaron's going to try to get some more corner guard action so he can really start putting together some rocks in the paint.
Those guards are important, starting from the very beginning of the end.
It's so true. There's somewhat of a misconception guards are not as important as later shots in the game, and that is absolute hooey. If you don't have a good strategy, game's changed a lot since the free guard zone inception, and now those center guards are great for entire Bonspiel. So leads and front end is people too. That out there, we like our front ends.
We love front ends.
Really?
I mean, we like them more when they hit their weight, but we like them all the time.
Yes, that's all good.
And as our stats person, Chris points out, Game of Stones has stolen 5 out of their last 7 ends that they played in this Bonspiel.
True story.
Thanks, Chris.
And thanks, Game of Stones, for stealing that one from us at the last time.
That was a prime example of the ice taking the way.
Yeah. Deckhand Collisions Rock is on its way. It looks like a solid drawaway. They've already got one at the top of the 8, and this one just throws up nicely as a guard. They've got a ton of stuff in front of that shot rocket. I think Tony's going to start moving Brandon.
Whenever he calls for a nice blowout.
Yeah. So score update after this shot. Scott's away with his first drop.
Decent amount of weight on that. Got to curl
Decent
over though.
weight and a ton outside.
And go straight through.
That rock is through the house. Scott will tell you 100% of the time that it was the ice call, and Tony's going to tell you he was outside the broom. That's just the nature of it. Our score update, Sheet 1 has now hung their scores for the 5th end. We've got Doug Bone pulling ahead with 2 in the 5th, 5-4 over Ice Mafia. A nice close match there. The Tri-Coastal Rocks have also hung, I should say the Don Pilar team has hung their score. They took another in the 5th for 5-3 over Tri-Coastals. Looks like it has also hung a score of 2 in the 5th, so they're now leading. And Drinking for 2 dropped a 4 spot on Jumbo's Clown. 8-1. That's your score update, brought to you by Bonspieler.com. And
No, in addition to beer, there's been a lot of cider.
indeed,
Courtesy of Sonoma Cider.
Sonoma Cider, an official sponsor of this year's Golden Gate Bonspiel. And let me tell you, we went through a keg in the first day.
Great beverage. SonomaCider.com.
The Game of Stones Rock is out there. It looks like it's going to move some stuff around, and we're going to see some open spaces for potential draws, potential hits. The excitement mounts. So, as we can see, Joe Smith's lined up. Looks like we're either getting a draw or another guard here. They don't.
Oh, just sneaks by. It's a
Just
draw.
sneaks by.
And that's a nice little freeze there. Uh-oh, drinking for two has won. They've called it and shook hands. 8-1 is the final. Congratulations, drinking for two. B-Event consolation winner.
I'm better out of focus.
And Game of Stones threw a takeout weight, just wicked off the guard and rolled wide. Now there's nothing really in their way to hit this on the next shot unless Aaron makes their day a little harder.
Okay. This looks a little inside to me. What do you think?
I think it does. We might see a little tap on that blue guard and roll out, or it might just sneak past it. Little tap, little roll. Yep. That's a pretty good placement for that guard. Tony's going to have a conundrum for how to get there. Shots away. Monica wants him to sweep harder. Tony's contemplating life. Just gonna wick inside. Touch the guard. Alright. Well,
Nice promotion opportunity here.
there's a couple of promotes, and those two yellows are locked in real tight on top of the house, so it's gonna be interesting.
Very well be.
This may be the turning point that Backend needed to get back in this game.
Oh, har har. Har har.
Yeah, that is a ton of weight. I wonder if they're just trying to get rid of that angle raise by putting theirs in place.
Might be over curling to come on that blue though.
Oh, it's falling out actually. This is going to raise the blue to the button. Not what Aaron wanted. And you can see he's a little annoyed by that, but
That is a tough break.
that is how the rocks roll. We have the bell at 108.
Not 125.
Correct.
Of course, that means to finish this end and to play one more.
If needed. I have a feeling we might see some handshakes this end.
Tony's first draw is away.
Looking like a good little guard or draw. It's going to have to come back a bit to be useful. It's also a touch light. Uh-oh.
Going to come back very much.
We got that same line issue where it's going to roll right up on that yellow one and tap it a bit forward. No harm, no foul, but that was looking like it could be trouble if it were any higher weight. Some live action updates. Currently, Don Pilar is sitting approximately 4 in the house with some sets of guards up above. Just off to the side of the camera that you can't see, but it's looking like it could be a big end for them.
You can see that one blue over in the 12.
Indeed. And
Just on
then
the right.
we've got the folks from Canadian Club on the Rocks. Looks like actually Team Altus is sitting at least 1. Canadian Club's surrounding and putting up some guards to get something behind there. So got good action on the other sheet. And on sheet 1, the the Ice Mafia, if you will, are sitting possibly 1, and Bone is sitting real close at 2nd. So this is going to be a tight final for a lot of these teams, or semifinal. Sorry, they will be playing another game after this one.
Either way, both A and C is going to final. They get 2 games.
Great matchups right now. Looks like a lot of discussion going on.
Well, this is pretty much a make or break shot right here.
That's true.
If they don't put anything up, it's going to be really difficult to come back and take this. There is always the possibility of an 8 in.
Sure,
I said possibility, not probability.
it does happen.
Once in a while,
I've seen 2.
I've been the victim of one.
There you go. Oh, maybe I've seen 3 then. I don't know. It happens surprisingly often. Most of the skill of these folks is going to keep it pretty. Aaron's Rock is away, and it has some real mustard behind it. This thing's going to hit basically everything and then some. Oh,
close.
Heck of a close one. It does that weird thing where it curled right up next to it. Tony's got some choices. Basically, throw the shot away, or try to get that yellow out to secure a almost unsurmountable mountain.
That guard path to that blue stone now. That probably needs to get covered up.
So just to rectify an earlier comment on the time of the finals draw, the finals draw will begin at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's approximately an hour and 15 minutes from now. Shots out there. Back on the air for that draw, and we will be here until the conclusion of this draw. But there will be an hour break where you can get your refreshments, use the bathroom, bake some cookies, and invite me over. I will meet you afterwards.
Or if you're feeling really thirsty, you can bring those freshly baked cookies down here into the commentator's box, and we will love you forever. Looking at you, Team Prince.
No, Jen, you can do whatever you have planned.
Yes, you don't have to come out.
That blue rod seemed like it overcurled a little bit. Crashed into that center fouling guard, which does leave a lane open for Aaron to come in and that blue out.
Indeed.
The line is there, but if he is not careful, he will kick his own out and will leave for naught. Let's hit that blue extraordinarily clean. Can't see it right now. There's the line, but
If he goes up, wait, I also believe there's a shot where he can hit the yellow first, roll onto the blue, and push it far enough back that he gets maybe 3 out of this.
that is a distinct possibility.
Also, you don't have the best of angles. It looks like they're at the same exact position on the ice. It's unlikely that he would get the blue out if he were to hit the outside of the yellow. My thought is he's coming in, he's hoping for the clean hit on the blue, but he might also take an overcurled raise on that top yellow. That would be that tap on the shoulder Allen just called. For anyone who doesn't know, normal is more than board, more than control, and less than peel or parking lot. So the weight calls for takeouts start at back line, which is the back line. The hack, which is what we push out of, 6. That is normals behind, and then there's peel weight in someone's SUV. That rock is over curling. That is not what they wanted to see. Little wick, little roll, little bit of nothing. And
Discussions.
handshakes.
Are offered.
Game of Stones is moving on to the C event finals. It's a great match by Back End Collision. Also, great match by some of the other folks that are cleaning off their sheets. We'll stay live here if anyone really wants to listen to the other sheets and not watch them. Or you could go to bonspieler.com, one word, bonspieler.com.
Ruckus going on to the left of us, and we're not quite sure what for.
Yeah, on sheet 1.
Yeah, we don't know what happened on sheet 1, but there was some applause and some cheering and some ruckus and a lot of granite in the houses moving around. So
it looks like Ice Mafia or the Kiddos put up 2 in the 6th end to lead Bone 6-5.
Well, this is a tough spot to be in for the Kiddos. They probably don't know the math on this.
They're still going.
Someone pushed the button too early on Bonspieler, so those of you listening at home on the live feed know the game is not over. Whoops. Hey, Chris, I'm not eating cookies out of Evan.
Although you could hide a significant number of cookies inside of Evan's beer.
True story. So Bonspieler's back up. So it's 6-5. Ice Mafia over Doug Bone at this time into the 7th. This will be the last end due to the bell. So unless they're tied, this is it. Like I was saying before, the Kiddos may not know the math on this, but it's going to be an uphill battle for them.
And for those of you still watching the stream, that is Tim Varga from Canadian Club on the Rocks sticking his face into another photo, as he always does.
On the middle sheet there, yes.
The percentage of being down 1 with hammer in the last end of a game to win is actually about 70%. So it's going to be an uphill battle for the Ice Mafia team, but they've shown tremendous poise throughout this competition, and I have a feeling pull this one out, or at least force an extra end. Surprisingly, 6 of you are still watching us just talk about things you can't see.
So you can see a little bit on the left side of your screen.
Yep.
And
And we're back.
So we just had a visit from Skip, the winner of the feature sheet, Tony here. He was instructing us on the technical fineries of how to close out the streaming, but we're not going to go anywhere just yet. There's still some really good action going on.
Somehow, Wine Country hasn't fired, Canadian Club on the Rocks hasn't fired their skip yet. He's been all over the ice except calling shots. But he's still back there, and they're still up 7-4. The scores have not been hung yet, so we're not quite sure what the update is. All right, Ice Mafia still playing it out. Doug Bones sitting 2 in the house at this time. Looks like Ice Mafia's got about a guard maybe 2 feet off of the 12-foot. Now to take out the Red Rocks. And then on the Don Pilar and Tri-Coastal Rock sheet, it is 5-4. Don Pilar still in the lead. Tri-Coastal Rocks has given them a run for their money. This is a pretty good matchup, guys, and I want to see how this ends. But for now, we're waiting on the Ice Mafia shot coming down the ice. It's got the weight to do a lot of things. Hopefully all of them are good.
here, around the guard.
Ooh!
Sweep it hard.
Nice shot! Nelson throws a double takeout that would make Cooey proud.
8 legal runs.
Unfortunately, Tony would kill us.
If someone throws a really hard rock and tripod, well, there's nothing we can do about that from the booth.
They don't
like to live.
Yeah, they don't want us on the ice. That was obvious by how badly they beat us and pushed us off.
This is true. This is true. Tony, while you're still listening to this later after the fact, we still love you. But you could have gone a little easier on us.
Next year we'll have 4 cameras. Ooh.
You just be on camera, not behind the camera.
I'm still hoping for a commentary booth camera.
We talked about it.
I might have to dress up for that. Or at least put on pants.
And he is wearing.
Oh!
Ice Mafia going for another ticket.
Cleared their guard out, and that's not a bad plan when they're up 1 and they really, really, really want to have to force Doug to make some shots here.
score update on sheet 4 before Bonspieler is updated. Looks like Altus got 2 points in 6N, bringing them up to 6, still down 1 behind Canadian Club on the Rocks. So that is 7-6 Canadian Club on the Rocks after 6N.
Currently sitting 1. It's kind of buried, kind of not. There's enough separation they can have an interesting finish.
Also, just to note, I'm about 6 ends late announcing this, but on sheet 2 for Bonspieler, Tri-Coastal Rocks and Don Pilar are not both throwing yellow, so we're clear. I believe that Don Pilar is throwing the blue stones, and Tri-Coastal is throwing yellow. Yeah.
Nice freeze, it looks like. Sheet 4.
Ice Mafia's stone is away. It looks like they're attempting to maybe freeze or tap back the shot rock for Brad. And this is looking like a pretty good shot here. If it curls up just a bit. Oh, just a touch short.
About 2 inches too narrow and getting a nice tap back.
And Doug Bones' Red Rock is on its way towards a guard position. Should curl up nicely. Just to the top of the 12. That's a great guard. It's going to make out a little bit tougher. They should be able to curl around on the board side of that and snug right up if they've got the right weight.
Looks like Mark's calling for a takeout now.
He doesn't like that guard. He wants to play a nice open game, and he's going to make Nelson drive that. We're on to who's in the hack there? Oh,
Jimmy.
It's Jimmy. Jimmy's going to be throwing some takeout weight. It's his favorite.
Okay.
Well, that wasn't our featured game, Ray. But hi, Ray. How are ya? Hey, guys. Ray's here.
Hi, Ray.
Hi, Ray.
And Ice Mafia got the takeout of the guard. Doug Bone is still sitting 1.
Yeah, so the featured game ended, and our cameras are on 15-foot tall tripods on sliders on the ice, and we're all in shorts and flip-flops at this point, so we're not allowed to edit anything. There's also 2 games going on at this time, so physically moving the cameras is advised and really a distraction for the players. We would hate to distract the players, but then our commentary already does.
If they could only hear us out on the ice, they probably would have picked the stone.
They can try. That's why we're behind the boards.
Exactly.
But on sheet 2, Tri-Coastal looks like they're sitting 2. We're getting a split up something to come in and draw in. You've got Darren Molding throwing, you know.
Angles mean nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I would expect to see something close to Peel Plus. Potentially, we could call it a Comet. But he may go finesse on this one. Or not.
Or not. This is a straight-on torpedo shot.
Rock's cruising. And he
It's
picks
the
both the
double.
yellows. What a shot! And that's what happens when you have a dedicated ice club, folks. So remember to donate to
Please.
San Francisco Bay Area Grilling Club.
Or you go to dedicatedice.com.
Yeah.
Please give us your child's life savings. Use.
Ray, if you'd like to see a game, you should have come down in person. Congratulations on your marriage. May it be longer than this 8 ends.
So it looks like Mark's first rock over on sheet 1. They've got their own rock, kind of biting in the front right.
Yeah, there was a jam on the guard, and the guard jammed on the back red, and their rock spilled out, leaving the button for Mark. This is gonna need to go. It is light. These kids gotta get on it. Hope they ate their Wheaties today, 'cause tough. I think that's gonna be the game, folks. It looks like. Oh!
Get it in there, guys!
Just snuck by there.
A kiss off the guard.
It's a touch for.
Sitting 2 so.
Owen is sitting 2. The kiddos are sitting 3rd shot. Sorry, the Ice Mafia. And there's still Doug's first shot and then Mark's second shot, and that will basically tell us who's going to end up here. Back on sheet 2, the Tri-Coastal Rocks had a nice little draw to the button, but it looks pretty open, and I have a feeling we're going to see a yellow rock vanish.
Spilt one out off the guard. Something needs to happen with those rocks in a hurry, or they're.
Although Canadian Club,
Does have hammer.
and they did push off that guard and gives them a nice path for a takeout.
Canadian Club's also up by 1 with hammer, which gives them a tremendous advantage for that last shot of the game.
A lot of discussion going on sheet 1.
However, on sheet 2, there's a missile fired at the yellow rock sitting on the button.
And it disappeared.
That's how you do it. That's the game. Looks like Don Pilar is headed to the A event finals again. We like you guys. We just wish someone would beat you. On or off the ice. We're down to the wire here on sheet 1. Looks like they're calling guard. Well, they're calling the ice for a guard, but you know, sometimes you also have to make sure that you're skipping conversation. You don't want those sweepers to not go if you need them, and you don't want them to go if you need it to stop. Alright, Doug's settling in for his first of 2 rocks. And the rock is away. The weight looks pretty solid, a little light. Doug's shot might make it over the hog line, but not to the house, which is what we call a guard. And the guard is what he wanted. It needs to curl a ton. Here it goes. Now they need a sweep. They're not sweeping. And the rock stops short.
About 2 feet past the hog line. Way up. It is still an open draw inside.
There's also an open hit. And with Green sitting 2, if they make the hit, Green could be sitting 3 and making Doug draw for 1 to tie. This is a tough sheet ice to play on. However, it's also a lot of fun because those rocks swing like 5 feet.
His first
Delivery.
rock.
And they're on it.
Sweeping. Looks like they're hitting. Cuts them down to one, and people are banging on windows everywhere.
Marks in the half of sheet 1 here.
This is his last rock, so we're hoping he can get it somewhere near where it needs to be. Gotta sit.
We hear an all there for the sweepers.
The weight seems good. It's all about the curl now. And there it goes. It's not going to hit. It's going to flash. Well, this could be it, folks. That's handshakes on one. Bone takes the game. A heck of a run by these junior curlers. And the last game we have left is Altus and Canadian Club.
See a little bit of on the left side of your screen, just off to the left.
Yep. You're looking at Rob out there in the hat, leaning on his broom, going, "What the hell did I get myself into?" For the record, he's almost been on broom this game.
With his last stone for Altus, comes in, cleans out. They're sitting
3, I believe.
They're sitting 3.
I'm sorry, I had a bad angle. Hole here in front of me.
So Tim's going to have to make a hit and somehow score or at least tie to play another end for the win. And for those keeping score at home, Tim has always been a bridesmaid here, but never a bride in the finals. He always ends up as runner-up. So we'd really like to see him push through and make it, and then maybe win one.
For those of you who are still hanging on, we thank you because otherwise we would have absolutely nothing to do.
Tim's rock is away. Looks kind of light.
Look draw-ish.
Looks like he's trying to go in off. He's calling it way up. And saying never a lot.
Never, never.
And boom! Oh, cuts it down to 1. So we're going to have an extra shot or end, depending. Yep,
And
that's right,
after
folks.
We're in overtime here on sheet 4.
Sheet 4 is tied
7 ends,
at 7.
tied to 7.
The folks in the stands are getting bonus curling. They paid for nothing but get an extra end.
And those of us here in the booth are just trying to stay warm.
Well, extra curling's never a bad thing.
It's not, unless you have to curl again right after this.
Which they will.
In that case,
So we get a quick update on that start time of the finals, which are rapidly.
2:30, so we are
Less than an
52
hour.
minutes away.
and whoever wins the sheet on Game 4 will be playing against Lar.
Oh, goody. It would be great to see another Canadian club on the Rocks Don Pilar final. How Tim feels about that.
So the winner of this game on sheet 4 goes into the final. The second team on the sheet will be going to the A event consolation against Tri-Coastal Rocks.
So you're saying everybody's playing no matter what?
Everybody's playing no matter what.
Everyone gets extra curling.
Oh, good. And it looks like we're doing draws to the button to decide.
Well, if Canadian Club wins, there has been discussion of taking Darren Moldick out so that the second on Canadian Club, Brian Feldman Jr., who is 12, could actually have a shot at winning some hardware.
Well, he's going to win hardware no matter what.
Winning, not consolation hardware.
Oh, well, you know. He's still a junior. He could take a couple licks before he gets the real prize. We love you, Brian.
So here in our last shot draw, we got the skip for Team Alpha's Cameron Kim stepping into the hat, getting ready to go with his fluorescent corn broom.
And tuck delivery.
And I'm sure that if we shut up enough, you'll actually hear him call for sweeping all the way across the rink.
Well, the shot's away. It looks pretty good. The weight is on. TC's calling for sweep.
I think they're going to need to sweep for some weight.
I think they're going to be
running out.
just fine.
I think that looks good.
They might be a touch deep. Or short.
Yeah, they need to sweep for
Or right
on
there.
the pin.
Oh, that
No, it's
is
not
in
the
the
pin.
forefoot.
It's in the forefoot.
That's the four.
That's a heck of a shot. Cameron's been practicing for 2 years for.
Jim's getting it. That's the guy like Edge here.
All right, so all Tim has to do is cover the pin. We've seen him do this exact shot before, one sheet over 2 years ago. They will. Oh, they have to measure it. It's a very official process. Muyo's measuring the stone. Now Jim's learning how to read numbers. TC's helping. And
Now
they've
we
come
gotta
to a
measure.
conclusion.
How many curlers does it take to read a tape measure?
Well,
One day, when Tony gets us wireless mics, we'll be able to hear what they're saying.
I don't know.
And
that
again,
we
if
need
you'd like
hear
to
that.
donate for that, please do so as you can. Canadian Clubs draw is on the way.
Yes, Ray, there is pressure. However, the shot's away, and it's actually looking okay. He didn't even dump it.
Junior's calling.
Little
Whoa,
heavy.
whoa,
Whoa now.
whoa!
Whoa now.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa now.
Oh!
Tim with heavy back feet.
Yeah, they did not need to sweep that, but they did anyway. Anyway, handshakes there. TC's going on to the A event. Tim's going on to the Tri-Coastal Rocks event.
So we'll be covering the TC.
See you back at 2:30. Thanks for watching Curling.